Jaybird here from NorCal Brewing Solutions. Hey, I wanted to chat with you guys a little bit about our Cross Fermenter Kits for being able to ferment in a keg. We've got a couple videos out there, but I want to go ahead and go through the entire piece of equipment, how it goes together, how it's used. So hopefully it'll answer some questions by the end. So what you're going to get if you order the Cross Fermenter Kit, it's going to come to you put together pretty much like this, depending on what racking cane you get. This one here is assembled with the ball valve and the male NPT fitting, which is how I use it myself. I like to be able to turn this off and have a solid off connection here for during my fermentation. So this is how it comes to you with the 3-inch spray head. And one of the things I wanted to talk to you guys about is the 3-inch spray head is all of these crosses and T's are not absolutely perfectly straight through. And so what we've done to combat being able to have this slide through here is we actually put these together in the store and we mate up the cap that this slides through with the racking cane. Some of them are off-centered really far, and so obviously we have to off-center the hole. And so what you would do is you would take and you just screw this on there. You can leave it loose because it doesn't have to be tight, and then you just make sure that that passes through like that, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take this completely apart. I'm going to put it together the way that it goes together with Teflon tape. I went ahead and Teflon taped everything. You can see I Tefloned here, 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 and here. I do not Teflon my spray head, and the reason for that is there's just really no reason for it. It's going to sit in there loose anyway. And again, the reason why it's loose is because when we throw our racking cane through here, we want to make sure that it's loose enough to be able to slide through this hole. So, so to put this together, if you were going to use this without setting the ferrules, your kit is going to come with a couple of these little O-rings. And so what I do is I take the ferrules completely out of here. I go ahead and put my nut on my racking cane, and then I'll throw on my O-ring, okay? And I just get it up where I'm going to, about where I'm going to use it. It doesn't have to be exact, okay? And so then, get that down in here like this, and get this through here, like so. And then you'll also notice that the other little O-ring is going to go on your part that has the gas inlet, okay? And this is going to help make sure that you get an airtight seal, okay? And so it just goes on there, and you just hand tighten that on there. You do not have to wrench that thing down. So then this kit here will go with our gasket down into our fermenter, just a 15.5 gallon or any commercial keg, and then lock this down. Okay. So now we are, and what you want to do is go ahead and lock everything down right where you want it. Like I'll put this down to the bottom, bring it back up just a couple inches, and lock this down. Again, that's just a little red O-ring, so you don't have to put a wrench on this thing, okay? It's still going to spin. It's going to be airtight and hold probably about 8 to 12 pounds of pressure. So then we'll go ahead and shut both of these off. So we have our Cross Fermenter Kit completely put together, and what I would do is go ahead and pressurize this to, 10, 12, 14 pounds, and then take your soapy water and spray everything to make sure that it is that it's airtight, and fix any leaks that you have and that kind of thing. So what I'm going to do is show you a couple scenarios of how people are using this and what they're using it for. So being a very versatile keg fermentation kit, the Cross allows you to do a lot of things. Because we have a gas in port here, we can actually add gas to our system to pressurize this tank for our transfers. And so one way that somebody would use this is they would have everything closed off like this. They would sanitize their keg, and then they would go in with their ferment and actually ferment in this keg exactly like it sits right here with the racking cane installed just as it sits. Now, you'll notice I'm using a male NPT racking cane. You can use any one that you want. So this is the family of racking canes that you can use. A lot of people really like this one, which is the liquid port, so they can actually connect this to their keg using just a ball lock connect and a ball lock connect. So what you would be doing is during fermentation, you can use this as a blow-off tube, so you can have this down in your sanitized water. You can connect it. You can see I'm using cam lock fittings. I like cam lock fittings. They work great. And then you would just have this open, and if you look, so during fermentation, your CO2 is just going to leave the vessel just like that. Okay? Now, you're done fermenting, and you want to transfer. You clean and sanitize your hose, you connect it to your racking cane, and all you do is you connect your gas. Okay? So just your CO2, just for your kegging system, connect your gas here. And then what you would do is just slowly start opening this until your beer is flowing. Now, one really cool thing about this system here is that you can adjust the height of this anywhere you want. And notice I didn't touch anything. The O-ring in there is going to keep it airtight. And so you can adjust this to get it up above your trub level, and then as you're draining your beer, if that happens right there and you're not in your beer, you just lower it down and you can continue your transfer to stay up above the trub line just like that. And as it starts to flow out of there, you can just keep going down, and you can just watch it until you get into your trub, and then just back it off just a hair, and then you're just going to drain your keg using your gas just like that. And it's not going to take a lot of pressure. You're probably going to transfer it about 3 or 4 pounds, and super simple. But that is a couple of the scenarios that you can use this Cross Fermenter Kit with. People use it all different ways. You can use this as your liquid in for your cleaning, so you can fill this up with hot PBW and water. You can actually go from here through your pump back up into here, and it's going to hit that 3-inch spray head, and it's going to spray and do basically like a CIP system. The great thing about having gas is that you can pressurize that to get the liquid to flow into your pump, and then once it's actually circulating in there, you can just take this apart, take this off, and you're not going to need it anymore. So that's just a couple of the scenarios that you can use this kit for. It's very versatile. We get a lot of questions about how it works, how it goes together. So just to recap, you have an O-ring here that your kit's going to come with, and that's going to be between your gas end. You have an O-ring in here, and you remove the ferrules that come in your kit to be able to set it up and use it just like this. And you're just going to finger tighten that down. Again, you still have the ability to move it, and it's still completely airtight. So I hope that helps. If you have any questions at all, don't hesitate. Email us at sales@norcalbrewing solutions.com, and we look forward to chatting with you. Cheers.